What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode Sweet 16 of the Stand Up Guys podcast. This is the podcast wherein three idiots bring random topics of conversation, current events, and weird news stories from the week to the table, and we see if we can't make something funny and or entertaining out of it. I'm your host, the incomparable Zach Jones, alongside the Danny DeVito to my Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lester Jones.
I'd rather be Danny DeVito.
Why? Just so you?
I'm all the shit.
Just so you wouldn't have that maid baby.
I just think Danny DeVito's funny, man. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he is pretty funny. Isn't it weird? Like him and what's her name, Rhea Perlman were like married like forever, and then like he got the gig with Always Sunny, and then they ended up getting a divorce.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They were like one of those couples who like they couldn't do any better than each other.
Yeah, you think they would be together forever because of that.
I guess this is forever.
And also joining us, sorry, but it came all the way around to this one again. The Ninth Wonder, Chocolate Thunder, licking butts and getting in guts, the ass tasting, times a wasting, having fun, eating that scrum, the phenomenal one, A.J. Singh.
Woo! Hey guys.
Man, I got to tell you guys, I am sore today.
All that gay stuff.
Yeah. My ass is killing me. No. So like before COVID happened, I was working out in our little, apartment gym we have down the road here. And of course when COVID happened, they closed it up. So like, I haven't been getting like rigorous like cardio. I've still been doing like push-ups and crunches just to get some exercise in. And like, I know that I could go like jog around the block, but like, man, it's hard on my old man knees. And plus, I assume like if you're going out there like huffing and puffing, you're supposed to wear a mask. Like I see some people doing. And I'm like,
no, fuck that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, I'm not doing that shit. So like, for the last, God, I don't know, 6-7 months now, like I haven't really done any cardio. And then like finally I broke down and I got a elliptical and I put it together yesterday. And like, I'm not kidding, like by the time I was like 4 or 5 minutes in, I had that like, battery acid in the mouth kind of feel. And then like, it was all I could do to make it to 10 minutes. When I was working out, regularly before, like, I was doing, 30 minutes easy on the hardest difficulty setting. And like, one thing is I got this whole thing together and it's the electronic portion of it wasn't working, so I can't engage the flywheel yet and get it to like, increase difficulty. So it's really just on like minimal, difficulty too. And it's like killing me. And like today, my legs are all sore from doing like 10 minutes. It's crazy.
They get back in the routine.
Yeah. What about you guys? Any doing anything this week or any stories or anything?
Just the election for me. I've been up every day.
Everybody was like, yeah, they've been awake and they're just like staying awake for it and like, oh, I got so much anxiety. And I was like, yeah. Basically, the only stakes I had in it was like I predicted Biden to win. So I was like, I want to be right, damn it.
I didn't realize how excited I'd be about it. I didn't think Biden was somebody that I'd really, support all that much. But when it was happening, I was really invested.
Yeah, both these last two elections were just like trying to like guess which one was the least shitty. Well, Biden was obviously less shitty than Trump, but like at the time, like it was a toss up between Trump and Hillary. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually there's this political commentator. Her name is Crystal Ball. And
that's awful, man.
Is
this a joke?
No, it's
what? I thought that was a joke.
No, it's. I don't know if it's like if she uses it as a stage name or if, I think it might just be her legit name. I don't really follow her all that much, but I seen a retweet of hers, and she was basically said like, I'm glad Biden won over Trump, but
it He's like the stodgy old white guy.
But, yeah, she's basically like, a guy that, backed the Iraq war, was bailed out, Wall Street and
he's
drafted the crime bill, isn't someone who can really get excited about, or and isn't the guy that's going to solve all of our problems. And I'm like, I feel that way too. Yeah. So I'm like, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that Trump's out and Biden's in, but I would have much preferred Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. No, I said it's like when you take a dump in an outhouse and you like take a step just outside the door and take a breath of that air, and it's not fresh air, but it's better.
Yeah.
That's kind of where.
Yeah, I forgot. I did see that tweet of yours. I did like that one.
But yeah, it feels like a step backwards. It feels like we're back in like the George Bush era or something. Somebody who you don't really. I'm talking about Senior, but
I hope he doesn't start a war.
Well, it's just like back to, I guess, the Obama years, really.
Yeah, more like Obama, I'd say.
I feel like people felt better about Obama.
Well, there was more excitement over Obama just because, he's a great speaker and probably because he was black, too. I mean, it probably had something to do with it. But yeah, it's I'm not excited, but yeah, it is, certainly better than Trump, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. I'm enjoying Trump's misery. There's a picture of him like driving past the people. Like when he went golfing, he found out that he had lost.
Oh right, he was golfing when they announced.
Yeah, and when he was driving back to the White House, they show him like looking out the window, and his face is just like like this. And there's people giving him the middle finger and celebrating and everything. I thought that was great. So I listened to Biden's speech and I really liked it.
I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't hear it either.
Oh, okay. He talked about everybody coming together and working together, which he needs anyway because he won't have the Senate likely. But just the fact that he was like, it was so black and white, like night and day compared to like Trump's inauguration speech or what he was saying when he won. He was talking about there's chaos and stuff like that, just horrible stuff. And Biden was like optimistic and talking about, the soul of the country, like healing and bringing everybody together, unity. He wants to represent conservatives too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more petty. I'm like, screw them. They shit on us for 4 years, but at the same time, like, I know what he's doing is the right thing.
Yeah. No, this is definitely like the most divisive like I've seen the country.
Yeah, big time.
So, yeah, some part of me was like, we're past all this bullshit. And like it comes roaring in. I'm like, oh, this is awful.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just more gridlock because we're gonna have a Republican Senate and a Democrat House, so it's just like it's gonna be.
Did the Senate pan out then? The last time I looked, it was like 48 or something.
It's still 48 to I think 48. I'm not sure, but they're
predicting the other ones to go.
Yeah, there's runoffs in Georgia, 2 of them, so they'll decide like whether it's 50-50 or 48-52 or something. So we'll see there, but. Georgia, it's unlikely that the Democrats will win, but it was very unlikely that it switched to blue,
Right.
So we'll see.
Has Nevada made it out of the county?
Yeah, I think they got counted as Biden.
Yeah, they were going slow. Shit.
There's so many memes about that.
I know.
I loved it. There was one with a guy in a tub, and America's like, "Hey, where are you?" And his name, they call him Nevada,
right?
And he's like, "Oh, I'm on the freeway." We've all done that before.
All right. Any other thoughts about the election or anything, guys?
Not really. I mean, I feel like it's going to be good to get back to mediocrity.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, at least comedians like late night shows now will hopefully be able to talk about something other than Trump.
Yeah. I thought it was funny. Like someone, I forgot who said it there, but they're like, it's hard to be a comedian with Trump because it's hard to think up anything stupider than what he says himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's yeah. You just parrot whatever he says.
What do you think's next for Trump? Some people are speculating that he'll start like his own news network.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
I mean, I'm sure he'll be doing something.
Something to make money off of all this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They all do, so.
He's going to milk his little supporters for all the money they have.
The thing is, like, he doesn't have quite the same representation that, like, Bill Clinton is going off to college because colleges are more liberal and stuff. You can't just go talk to a bunch of farmers. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. He's not going to be able to give... Well, I mean, he'll give some speeches for some money, but...
I'm sure there'll be books.
Yeah, but are they going to bring him into, like, Goldman Sachs and have him, like, talk to everybody? And
I wouldn't think so.
What would his hits would be, like, Crooked Hillary, stuff like that.
I mean, he could just go straight back into business, man. I mean...
Oh, yeah, he'll definitely get back into
I'm sure there's someone to give him money.
Well, he never stopped his businesses.
Yeah, really, that's true.
So, yeah.
I guess he could just buy that, what is it, OAN, One American News or whatever.
Yeah.
You can make it Trump American News, TAN.
I mean, did they really need that news
Did you come up with that?
Just now.
Oh, wow. That was on the fly? Nice. Nice.
All right. Well, I guess since his topic was the election, we'll see what you got in your manifesto there.
So, like, I don't know, a week or two ago, I was like, I'd been sick like a few times. I got sick again yesterday. And I was like, oh, fuck, am I getting sick again? And the whole fucking route of fucking headache and puking. And I was like, oh, this is awful. And then, like, I'd had my tooth out. And so there's, like, all this, like, blood in it. And I'm like, oh, shit. Because you're not supposed to, like, there's, like, a blood clot in there. And, like, if it comes out, you can get, what do they call that, dry socket. And so, like, I was all paranoid about that shit. But do you remember when, like, Mom was about my age? Like, she was, like, maybe 40. And she started, like, puking, like, every day. I was like, oh, fucking hope it ain't whatever the fuck that shit was.
Damn, yeah. I don't know. You should get looked at for sure, though.
She's been in, like, she had some stomach issues and stuff. Which, I don't think she gets it as bad anymore, but she still has, like, a lot of food allergies that give her headaches and shit.
Well, I think she found, too, like, because she was in, like, a minor car wreck, like, many years ago. And, like, right before she got that surgery, I think they found that, like, I think, like...
She had, like, a twisted rib.
Yeah, like a twisted rib or something that they thought may have been playing a part in her puking so much.
Yeah, because it was, like, they were crossed or something. But the chiropractor, I think, fixed that one.
But she also just had...
She had a hernia.
Really bad acid reflux all the time. And
yeah.
I don't know if it's, you know, a hereditary thing or if she just has... I don't know.
I think the stomach thing improved quite a bit when she got the hernia operation, right?
I'm not sure. I think so. But, man, yeah, she's unfortunate because she's, like, allergic to everything, too. Like, everything gives her migraines, and she finds more and more stuff all the time that doesn't.
Well, I'm starting to get, like, because I did that meat diet for, like, a few weeks, and I've been off of it for a little bit now, maybe a week. And, like, my skin had cleared up and shit, and I was like... My mind was a lot clearer, and now I went off of it, and, like, instantly I'm getting, like, acne again and, like, brain fog and just feeling kind of shitty. And I also get, like, it's a type of eczema on my hands. It's, like, clear blisters, and that came back. And I'm just like, maybe I'm just going to go back on this meat diet because I feel a lot fucking better. Yeah. But there's just, like, the paranoia about heart disease. But, like, is it worth just feeling like shit, you know?
I mean, as long as it's a healthy diet, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. The thing is, you don't know if it's healthy because they're like, you know, people. The old story is like you're gonna clog your arteries and die.
I mean, people in India have like diabetes at like a really high rate, and they
they eat like a lot of like
veggies
naan and bread and
But I mean, no meat, you know.
Yeah, but it's like the bread stuff like gets you really bad. Gets a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. And the sweets, yeah. Indian sweets are very...
Oh, yeah, they have a lot of... Yeah, they're like pure sugar. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what's weird about, like, every like, mainstream diet you hear of? Like, there's people that swear by it, but there's always, like, doctors that are like, oh, no, this thing will kill you. Or, you know, or it's terrible for you. You know, it's like... Can they not agree on something that's...
Well, the thing is, like, they started pushing that, you know, the food pyramid we had in school... And, like, it's all bread at the bottom and grains and stuff. And, like, after they started pushing that, we had, like, an explosion of heart disease and diabetes and all this shit in America. And I'm like, maybe that's it, you know? And now, like, I don't fucking know because...
Well, I think these days they say that food pyramid is actually bullshit.
Well, the thing is, like, you know, you get some, like, government agency like that, and then you get the Farmers of America, like, pushing them, and then they put some shit out like that, and you like, oh, thank God America's watching out for me, you know? Thank God somebody is doing it. And then, yeah, you just get fucked up, man. So I don't know. But yeah, I was feeling a lot better. But I mean, if you think about it, like everything your body like needs to recreate itself and change its cells, you know, we're made of meat and fat, basically. And so if you're getting that, you know, I've noticed my digestion was a lot more like I'd be eating nothing but like meat and fat and I'd be shitting out very little because your body just like uses everything. And so that was kind of weird. But yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing like when you eat all the plants and shit and you're just having these, you know, fucking gigantic logs that you're eating a lot of stuff your body doesn't really want, you know. But I think some of mine's tied into food allergy too, so I don't know.
All right. So I got my one news story of the week I found here, and we'll see. You may have been a victim of a scam, Lester. We'll see. No, I'm kidding.
Is it Halloween services?
Indian woman married 3 men and ran off with their money.
Oh, she's got one under her belt.
After losing her job in the lockdown, the woman became part of a marriage racket. Vijaya Amrute, I'm sure I'm mangling that, a woman from the western Indian state of
Maharashtra.
Okay, there we go. And her husband both lost their jobs amid India's COVID-19 lockdown in March. The lockdown restrictions started easing in a phased manner for June. To deal with the financial hardships they were facing, Amrut decided to join a marriage racket. She allegedly married 3 men within 3 months and ran away with their money and valuables. According to local news reports, she first married a man named Yogesh Shursath and fled with his valuables within a fortnight. Man, not a lot of people use fortnight like that. Next, she married a man named Sandeep Darade and vanished within a few days to find their third prospect. It was only when Shursath went looking for his wife that he found out she had already married another man and duped him as well. Shursath registered a police complaint, which led to Amrute being arrested on October 31st. Upon investigation, it was revealed that she operated with the help of a matchmaking couple who would help men find prospective brides and solemnize their marriages. I'm not sure what that word is, by charging them between 200,000 and 500,000 INR. And then it goes on to say how marriage scams have become a common form of fraud in India. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was like, that's definitely one way to cope with the pandemic.
Yeah, I've heard of that actually before, where a woman married like 9 guys and she scammed them all out of their money.
Jeez.
Yeah, well, that's sounded like she has a pretty good turnover rate. So
yeah, I mean, in 3 months, 3 guys, that's incredible.
Yeah, so all you need to net is like, you know, few thousand and you're okay. It's like, this is sustainable.
For as long as you're good looking, I guess.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy how many phone scams come from India.
Oh.
Yeah, there are a lot
everywhere,
of phone scams. Yeah, but everywhere, yeah. Eastern Europe too.
So this is another Indian story. I told this one to Ajay a little earlier, but I have this story secondhand. But like, so this woman in India chopped this dude's dick off while he was sleeping.
Oh, like the Lorena Bobbitt.
Right. So he ends up in the hospital and they sew it back on. And she breaks into the hospital, cuts it off again.
Oh my God.
Throws it out the window. And like they went to try to find it and they think like probably like a stray dog or cat like ran off with it.
That woman was motivated to get that dick off that man. Like, that is insane.
Not today, medics.
It would be kind of funny though if they found it once again and put it back on. And it was just like this really Frankenstein looking.
Yeah, it's all fucking scarred up and stitches and shit.
It's like that bit where like somebody turns off the light and somebody else turns it on. Like they keep taking the dick off, she keeps taking the dick off, and they keep
Mangled dog dick all fucking sewed back up.
You think when she took it off the second time, he was like passed out? Because otherwise, you'd think he'd be on
yeah, he'd
guard.
be screaming and people would come.
I mean, if you had your dick cut off, you're probably on some fucking painkillers.
Yeah.
That'd be my
Hey,
guess.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Now he's got to get a dick transplant.
A transdictomy.
I mean, she's never getting married again.
Was I using that word? What's a? I don't even know what I'm saying.
Hey, why can't they find out how to like people who sign up for being organ donors, like if they got a big dick, they can take
Yeah.
You got like a dick, like a different color from the rest of your body and everything. Big,
What is it?
Oh yeah,
big
it's
black dick.
Black from the waist down. Yep. Was that on Watchmen where like the blue guy was gonna take over or copy a dead body or something? And she's like, "Oh, how about this guy?" And he's like, "Some dude with a giant dick." Like, yeah, I can do that.
What watch is that? Like the new one that you're watching?
No, that was the HBO one.
Oh, okay.
Like he came to Earth and like he decided to be with a woman, and yeah, so he was human for a little while.
Oh, Dr. Manhattan. or
Dr.
whatever?
Manhattan, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I watch it, but I don't remember him like specifically being like, "Oh, that guy's got a big old honker on him."
Well, like they went through like the morgue. And
Yeah,
there's, like some dead people, and she's like, "I kind of like this guy."
Oh, so she was like, "You can copy this guy. He's good looking." And well,
Yeah.
okay. I forgot that bit, but okay.
That's funny. But I mean, you know, the motivation, like she could be a CEO of a company if she's willing to, you know, go that far to rip a person's dick off.
Yeah.
Like she's very motivated and determined. Good for her.
People in India, though, they have to be like, you know, really into like being married. If she was able to pick up 3 guys in 3 months, or
Oh yeah. So marriage is like, you know, it's like very important to people over there. There's not a lot of unmarried people or anything like that, and you know.
So basically, the matchmaker was like vouching for her, so
Yeah.
she looked like a valid.
Yeah, and you know they get married fairly quickly. You know, like okay, I met this person. They have a good background,
Right.
good family, stuff like that. So I mean, you do like a lot of like interviewing, like making sure that this person's for you. But then
Right.
yeah,
So
she
basically,
fold 'em.
right? If your background research doesn't match up, you're like you might, yeah, you gotta be careful. It's like buying a car or something,
Yeah. They should have talked to her family members and stuff.
right?
Yeah. I don't know
Probably
why
some
didn't.
reason.
They must have been
not to.
desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, I'll pass it back on to you, AJ.
All right. Well, we have been really talking about India a lot, and well, I got another one for you guys.
All right.
We live in
Stay on
America, but
All the
right.
good stories are over in India.
Con artists conjure up fake genie to dupe doctor into buying 72,000-pound Aladdin's lamp. It was alleged that they conjured up a fake genie to trick their victim, Leek Khan, into handing over cash in Uttar Pradesh, India. Khan said one of the men pretended to be an occultist and made a jinn, a supernatural figure, appear from the lamp, local media reported. When Khan asked if he could touch the genie or take the lamp home, they refused, saying it might cause him harm, the complaint stated. Eventually, they sold the lamp to him, promising it would bring health, wealth, and good fortune. Khan stated that he later realized the genie was actually just one of the men in disguise. Mr. Khan contacted police when he realized that the lamp didn't have any magical powers as described in the folktale Aladdin, and the wish-granting genie did not appear when he rubbed it. Senior police officer Amit Ray said the cheats had struck a deal for much more, but the doctor had paid about 7 million rupees, which is about $93,000. He said the men were arrested on Thursday and were remanded in custody ahead of charges being filed. He added the wife of one of these men was also involved in the fraud. She is on the run. The men have also cheated other families using the same modus operandi. The total amount of money involved runs into millions of rupees, which is like tens of thousands of dollars, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Jeez.
But I mean, first of all, if you have that kind of money to spend on a lamp, you're doing all right already. You know.
What really is curious to me in this story is like, what's this guy a doctor of?
Yeah.
Because I don't want this motherfucker anywhere around my ass.
Like, your genie believing ass does not need to perform surgery on me. That's true.
That's like that guy in America who's like a doctor of fly fishing or something. Like, yeah, okay.
You're not reattaching my dick.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they fooled multiple people is amazing to me.
Well, like some of these cons are like designed so like when people like get taken advantage of, they feel too stupid. They like go and report.
Yeah, that's true. But these people, they went for it. They went and told the police everything that happened to them. It also makes you wonder how the guy in the disguise showed up. Like, if you rubbed the lamp, he couldn't come out of it, obviously. So what, he just come out to like another side of the door?
I don't know, some kind of magic trick, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy.
I mean, if you're gonna trick me, at least make it like a Hot I Dream of Genie type genie.
Yeah. Just some dude in a goatee mask.
Yeah, fucking spandex.
Yeah. Aladdin. They referenced Aladdin, so he actually watched the cartoon movie and thought, "Yeah, okay." That could be real.
To begin with, just the premise. Why would you believe somebody would be that could get wishes from a genie would sell that?
Right.
Why wouldn't they just take the wishes?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like that Nigerian prince scam, right? Because you think it's stupid, and you're like, no one's going to fall for it. The thing is, the people who fall for it and send you something back are generally very stupid. And so, like, you send this to a million people, and, like, a handful send it back to you. Well, those are pretty good leads.
Yeah.
So even though it looks really stupid, it's actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
Because you like, once you get somebody through the front door, you're like, this is our guy right here.
So I guess everybody has the power to grift people in that way, but we just choose not to do it.
I was trying to remember some because I've read some good cons. There was somebody who was like, they got a bunch of diamonds and they went to this site and they like hid them around the site like under a bunch of rocks and stuff. And they went to, I want to say it was a Rockefeller, and you know, they brought them out there and they're like looking around and finding all these diamonds and he's like, see, look how good this site is. And then the guy was like, okay, I'll buy this from you for so much. And it was underpriced, like the offer. And they're like, no, that's too little. And he's like, you're either going to sell it to me or I'm going to fuck you out of this. Like he had, you know, some way to do it. And they're like, okay. And they sold it to him. And then like, there was absolutely nothing on the land. So they did actually con her like a real asshole on that one. But that was a good one.
You know what we should do is we should send like a mass email of like a Nigerian prince type of scam, but where like we don't actually ask them for money, so it's not like we're doing something illegal, but we just something stupid to see if people reply, and then the ones that reply, we put them in a list, and then we're like, this is a contact list of very stupid people that will fall for anything, and we sell that to the people that will actually do bad stuff with it.
A middleman.
Yeah.
A list of stupid people.
This is my most valuable asset.
We got a real suckers list here.
You can make a movie out of it, like a National Treasure kind of movie. The list.
There aren't enough movies about just good con men. I could watch a good con movie. Oh, here's a con. Like this guy was a con man, but he went to who's that gangster? Capone, I think. And like Capone is used to people screwing him over or whatever. And so he's like pretty skeptical, right? And so this guy goes to him and he wants to borrow some money. And Capone loans him some money. And like, you know, his thought is This guy's either going to try to disappear, and I'm going to have to, hunt him down or whatever, or he's going to come back with like the money plus the extra money from the investment he's saying. And so the guy takes the money and he goes and he just sticks it in like a safety box. He doesn't do anything with it, and he brings it back to Capone like the same amount. And he's like, sorry, it fell through. I couldn't do anything. I don't have the extra. I owe you. And so like Capone was like, holy shit, an honest guy. And then like he just gave him the money. I was like, what the fuck? How do you read people like this? Like, what kind of weird ass, like, yeah, here's an honest guy who just gives you the money.
So like he let him keep it?
Yeah, because he was just sure the guy was out to screw him like some way or the other.
Oh.
Because like the classic con is you bring back the money, then you ask for more money. Or, you come back with nothing, an excuse, or try to disappear. Yeah, so
okay.
I was like, this is a pretty smart guy to be, roll out with something like this.
Yeah.
You just bring the money back.
I mean, was it a con or was it just like
the guy was a legitimate con man, but that was his play.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You got to rely on the kindness of somebody, though.
Yeah. How do you have that kind of read on somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
All right. Anything else in the old manifesto?
I don't know. Well, maybe I'll skip around. I do have some more stuff, but.
All right. Oh, I remember what mine was going to be. So this is a hypothetical scenario. Actually, I better see exactly how they word it. Just one sec. You're walking in a forest and you found a black suitcase. Inside it holds $1 million and a piece of paper stained in blood with a single word, don't. Would you take the suitcase home or leave it? Now, I'm going to take the suitcase, and I'll tell you why. This guy, I figure is scrawling a message and maybe he's dying. And, like, maybe he's going to say, like, don't miss out on this $1 million.
Like, don't. And then Bulls drag his body away. That's the...
What about you guys? Are you taking it?
I would take it.
Yeah. You gotta roll the dice.
It seems like a horror movie, though.
Yeah, that's a horror movie setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But, like, yeah, of course you're going to take it.
Yeah. That's like that fucking, what was that movie? No Country for Old Men. And Shigar's coming looking for your ass.
But he makes the mistake of, like, going back, doesn't he? Because that guy is, like, dying out there. And he's, like, going to give him some water or something.
Well, that was part of it, but there was, like, a transponder in the money bag or something. So he was tracking him. Yeah.
I only watched that movie the one time.
Yeah, I've watched it a couple of times, but yeah.
That's with that killer, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Guy. Okay.
What's his name?
Yeah, I don't know.
The actor or the character?
I know the character was Shigar.
Oh, yeah, Anton Shigar. Javier Bardem.
Yeah,
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That movie, like, I liked it. Okay, like, it was well acted and everything, but my thing is when it gets to the very end, like, I'm okay with, like, how the characters end up at the end, but the way it does it, it just sucks all the energy out of the movie, and I'm like, I feel like they could have done it in a different way.
Yeah, I don't even remember it all. I remember the ending on, like, his girlfriend or whatever, I think, in the car accident.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is, like, you like Josh Brolin's character like sets up this, meeting that you think is gonna like the way the movie's gonna culminate, and then he ends up just like kind of dying, like almost off screen, like, and you're just like, oh, well, why should I give a shit now? And you don't, and it just kind of some stuff happens and it ends, and it's like, could have been a little more exciting than that, I thought, but whatever. All right, so we're all taking the bloody suitcase.
Yeah.
Bloody Suitcase.
All right, AJ.
You got to roll the dice on that one.
Pass it back to you then.
All right. Man with machete face tattoo allegedly involved in a machete attack. This crime allegedly
How ironic.
This crime allegedly cuts deep for one Florida man with an unfortunate face tattoo. Justin Couch, 25, was arrested in connection to a machete attack earlier this week, according to Hernando County Sheriff's Office. An unnamed victim, an adult male, told cops Couch engaged in an argument with him for no reason, kicking him out of a Terrytown, Florida home in the process. The victim reportedly asked Couch if he could grab his wallet and phone before leaving. The suspect allegedly told him, "There's nothing for you, leave," in the New York Post reported. Apparently angered cops say Couch brandished a machete and began striking the victim in the arm and leg with the flat side of the blade. Couch allegedly swung the bladed weapon at the victim's face, who put up his left forearm in defense. The victim passed out from severe pain after being sliced in the arm by the machete, authorities say. The suspect reportedly took the injured victim to a friend's home, who later took him to the hospital. Couch was arrested Tuesday and is charged with aggravated battery. So, I mean, it was all there. He had the machete on the face, and that was his go-to.
Oh, shit. You really got the machete.
Well, they got that cuts deep pun in there at least.
Yeah. He wasn't bluffing, though, he was serious.
That's what I'm half scared of on this job. I'm just like, when am I going to fucking rope on some guy with a fucking machete who's just fucking batshit fucking nuts?
On your job?
Yeah.
But why would a person with a machete come to your building?
I saw a dude with a buck knife that fucking long.
Just walking around?
Yeah, he was like sitting out in behind a pillar at our building.
I would not get involved. I would call the police.
It was like a fucking stainless steel, like Crocodile Dundee.
I know if I had your job, I would at least want the option of having like bear mace or something.
Man, I've been thinking about a Derringer or some fucking pepper spray or fucking something.
For sure.
You get like a Derringer and then like one of those old timey like card plane spring loaded.
Yeah. I'll fucking Django his ass. Probably be like ka-chink and then like fly off the end of your like device and land on the ground. And then he's got a gun and a knife.
And didn't you say there was another guy that had like an antler that was like...
Yeah, I woke up a dude and like he comes out of his sleeping bag. He's carrying this fucking sharp ass antler that's like this long. Like, what the...
But I get it. People fuck with homeless people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they do get fucked with.
Yeah.
They do, but some of them are crazy, and like you never know if you might come along one that's just like fucking out of his mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like we went to the beach one time, and I saw a guy just like shouting and yelling to himself.
Yeah.
And, in the middle of the street. So.
Man, I had a little angry black guy the other day, and like I hadn't even said anything to him. We're both walking down the street, and like he threw like his coffee at me and shit, and there's like. I reached for my radio. He's like, "Yeah, get your mace." And he's like reaching for his belt, like he had a knife in his belt. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" This is fucking crazy little fucker, man.
I don't know. Was he homeless?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But he was. If he wasn't, he was still crazy as fuck. So, talking about work. So I work with this woman, and she's kind of like what you'd imagine to be like a country girl, But she's been in this relationship with this dude for a while. And so there's like, problems in the bedroom. And so like he's just not like sexually active or something. But like he wants to stay together, but like he gave her like a free card to like go out in the world, And so I was like, so she's like, I don't know, she's still debating it, I guess. But what do you guys think about like those situations?
I know for a fact that if she told you this, she's trying to fuck you.
She subtly hit on me, and I was like, I'm not really looking around.
Why not? Cute? Yeah, is she cute?
I mean, she's not bad looking in the face, but like she's got kind of a strange body. But
I can work with that.
You want a date? I can probably get you a date, man. She's nice. We actually get along pretty well. But yeah, like a country girl type.
If I was in a relationship, though, I could never be comfortable with that. Like, oh yeah, just go off and like have fun with, a guy that might have super AIDS or something.
Yeah.
It's just no.
Well, like I guess they're pretty good friends, and so they kind of like he wants to maintain that, but he's just like
not sexual,
not as sexual as she is, and she's like frustrated, and so yeah.
I mean, You can do all kinds of sexual stuff even without the penis, like, so he could still take care of her.
Well, I mean, I think he's just like not there.
Want to. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could.
So she's
be
like,
okay with that.
she doesn't know if she should like get out and start a different relationship, or she should just like consider just taking the offer.
Huh. Okay.
Because she feels bad because like part of her like identity is like she likes to take care of people and like so she wants to be there and she like feels like she can't deliver.
Yeah, I feel like that isn't a healthy relationship then, right? If you're not satisfied or you don't feel happy with that person completely.
But like I don't know, it's like a weird position. But like, what if she just took him up on it? If he's like cool with that, and
I doubt that ever works.
You kind of feel like it wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if they're cool with it, that's fine. Whatever works for them. But yeah, I think most people, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, plus.
Because then what if you get like emotionally attached to the second person or whatever?
Yeah, he'd still get jealous of the emotional bond that she would eventually get with somebody else.
Yeah, it could be.
Then he gets in this weird polyamorous relationship with this other guy, Okay, guys, I got one for you. If you could really sell your soul to the devil, what would you sell it for?
Oh, do I have to sell it?
Well, it doesn't say that. It says if you could sell your soul to the devil, what would you sell it for? No, my mind instantly goes to like, how can I,
a golden ticket into heaven?
Sheepskin. Well, that's my thing. Is so
now I can be a shithole for the rest of my life.
My thing is you would either ask for eternal life, so you would never die and never have to deal with the devil. Or which I don't know if you would make this deal, but if you said I get a golden ticket into heaven,
the second you sign that deal to live forever, someone would chop your dick off and throw it to the dogs.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If you did it that route, you're gonna have some ironic twist.
The devil could be like a Mephisto type thing, like where
But yeah, if you can be like
Monkey
golden
spawn.
ticket to heaven, then I guess that's what you do, right?
But what if you go to heaven for like a second or something, and then
God tortures you because he's a cunt?
Yeah, probably.
Heaven's worse than hell, apparently. I mean, if I had the choice to not do it, that would be my first option. But if I had to do it, I would ask for like maybe to live 100,000 years or something.
I just want pussy one more time before I die.
Well, we know this cowgirl.
Yeah, we know a girl.
Hey, we'll hook you up. We got the hookup.
And leave a comment if you want to hook up with that country girl who's looking for somebody.
The greater Portland area.
Yeah, if you live in the Portland area, we'll try to hook you up. But you got to subscribe. If you don't subscribe,
you're not getting.
Yeah,
not getting that number.
Like, subscribe, and comment.
That's okay. That was my dumb topic.
Okay.
AJ, we'll go back to you.
Unhappy ending. Threesome ends abruptly after man allegedly pulled off woman by his genitals.
Wait. Start that over?
So it's called unhappy ending. Threesome ends abruptly after man allegedly pulled off woman by his genitals.
Pulled off woman by his genitals.
He was pulled off of a woman by his genitals.
So someone like grabbed his nuts and like pulled him off?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, keep going.
Because what are they getting a handhold on?
Oh, you know what they're grabbing. The balls.
Well, first I thought his dick, but it's got to be busy somewhere, doesn't it?
A birthday bash, that involved a threesome prematurely climaxed after South Carolina cops. There's the pun.
That's how you separate the real journalists from the boys.
Yeah. Prematurely climaxed after South Carolina cops say one of the participants pulled a man off a woman by his genitals and was thrown to the floor. According to the Smoking Gun, cops responded to a 911 call from the La Quinta Inn in Myrtle Beach on the weekend. When they arrived, a woman told authorities she had invited a 19-year-old man to spend the weekend with her to celebrate her birthday. The birthday girl, Mary Jane, reportedly told cops her boy pal, Jaheim, had shown up to Myrtle Beach beforehand to spend time with another woman before she got there. According to a police report, that's what started the whole argument. The smoking gun reported Jahim told cops he and Mary Jane had agreed to a threesome with another unnamed woman. The birthday girl revealed to authorities that the other woman had a gun in her handbag. Jahim alleged that during the hanky-panky, Mary Jane grabbed him by his junk, pulled him off the other woman, and threw him to the floor. A physical altercation then occurred where the man allegedly kicked Mary Jane, causing her to fall to the floor in the process. Both Jahim and Mary Jane then got dressed and left the hotel room, according to police. The woman then allegedly grabbed a bottle of booze and smashed it on the ground outside the inn as she tried to call 911. That's when Jahim allegedly grabbed Mary Jane's phone and left the area. Cops say Mary Jane had injuries to her forehead, pinky finger, and pinky toe from the alleged scuffle. It's not known whether Jahim was injured by the yanking of his private parts. Hotel staff asked Mary Jane and Jahim to leave the facility, which they did peacefully. No charges have been filed.
I want to make this commercial.
I mean, La Quinta.
Keep it classy, America.
I mean, so one woman had a gun. Is that why the other woman freaked out?
I don't know, man.
Or was it? I think it was the whole. He was there with another woman.
And then the gun just made it into the story. As a side note.
Yeah.
You ever hear these stories and you're just like, man, people live like so much more interesting lives than I do.
There's some. Well, they're like there are people who are like addicted to drama, and then they just like they get together in little groups and do crazy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I stay away from dramatic people for the most part.
I gotta say, if I was a journalist, like I would throw in as many bad puns as I could.
Yeah. You know, like he got this story and he's like, penis, what do I got here? Smoking gun, premature, something.
I think smoking gun is the outlet.
Right.
Yeah.
Prematurely climax.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
You guys ready for a reaction video?
Oh, are you going to make us do the...
I've seen it. I think you guys should see it.
Oh.
Two girls, one cup.
I thought you were...
I have a couple others too, but this is probably going to be the worst one.
All right.
All right. Everybody knows what this is out there, I'm sure.
I've heard of it. Never seen it.
Prepare to be disgusted. If this loads right. Oh, it took me to some weird site.
Oh, surprise.
Let's try again.
Because it was hosted on a regular site.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, I think I started this before, and it was going, but now it's acting like shit, so let's see what happens.
It was on, like, Hallmark.com.
They got me. They changed up this site, I think.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see if I got one of these other ones.
Well, I think that just might be the universe telling us not to watch it.
We got lucky. We avoided that.
There's still time. Okay, here's some gross-ass shit. Oh, I should turn this down.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this woman's vagina is huge.
Yeah. So what we're seeing here is this dude sticks his entire head into a vagina.
Yikes.
That's impressive.
That's like how women have trouble giving birth to a baby's head.
Yeah.
Like, what has she been doing to this vagina?
I mean, she could have a baby and the baby would just fall
out. Yeah. Easiest birth. It's like I had trouble keeping it in for 9 months.
Exactly.
It's like that Family Guy where Stewie says he came out wearing a top hat, swinging a cane.
I really wanted the two girls one cup, but we didn't get it.
I'm sure another day.
Another day, another dollar.
That one was disturbing enough.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was. I'd actually seen that one a long time ago when I was in the army. Like someone showed it to me. I was like, it's still like in the vault. Like, you know, it was gross enough. It just like stayed in with me.
She must walk around normally with her vagina open.
She's like one of these people who like smuggles turkeys out of Safeway.
Man, she could.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, I gotta believe she was born with that because there's no way.
Well, I mean,
so
they're
much
made to
sex.
stretch, but that is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's been stretched out like that, and that's what happened. I think she was just born with a huge vagina.
Maybe.
You want to puss turkin?
Various birds coming out.
What do you think it smells like in there?
Same as any, right?
Yeah.
Not the best turkey. It's been marinating for a couple days.
Glazed. Ugh.
That guy should have like started yodeling in there or something.
He should have picked her up and just carried her on his head.
Yeah, that's crazy. Ugh. Okay, I got another hypothetical for you, and we'll just see what type of person you are on this one.
Would you shave your head and stick it in a woman's vagina?
Nope.
What's your price tag on that?
Do you think he would have went in if he wasn't shaved head?
It'd be grosser.
Yeah.
I guess you could like oil up your hair or something. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, I got one for you here. We'll see how you are.
Cup of semen or blood.
A building is on fire. Do you save a sibling or 4 strangers?
A
Sibling. Easy.
I'm surprised.
Well, wait, were we talking about Crystal or you?
I knew it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the emotional connection is too strong.
That one was too quick, so I'll do another quick one here. Who would win in a fight between MacGyver and Chuck Norris?
Well, MacGyver needs some time, right? So it depends on the situation.
My way of thinking, I think this is almost like the who would win in a fight between
Because this is like where MacGyver like jumps out and Chuck Norris kicks his ass and he's like, why don't I believe in guns? I should have had a gun.
I guess it kind of depends on the situation.
Do you know how many times he would have been saved if he just had a gun? He's got to find some elaborate ass way to kill people.
I mean, even if he did have a gun, he'd like turn it into something else so he didn't have to shoot a gun.
Like a slingshot or something.
Like I turned this gun into a boomerang. But this question, I think it's almost like, who would win in a fight between Batman and Superman? Or, Batman always is going to win because he plans 19 steps ahead. Although I wouldn't necessarily put MacGyver in Batman's league.
Why not?
Well, I mean, nobody's in Batman's
He's
league.
very resourceful. He doesn't fight like Batman, that's true.
But
yeah.
like, luckily, everybody who's ever like fighting MacGyver, they like lock him in a room or something.
Yeah.
That's true. Would Chuck Norris be that stupid? He's a Republican.
Yeah, he could be that too. We should put him on the list.
He's got that roundhouse.
Roundhouse. Yeah, I'm gonna put my money on MacGyver. He's gonna find a way.
I don't think so, man. I'm going with like Chuck Norris, and he's like 95 or something. I'd be like, I wouldn't pick a fight with Chuck Norris.
It depends. If they're like 2 feet away from each other, I pick Chuck Norris. But if they like are working towards like getting towards each other, maybe there's like 100-foot difference or something. Maybe I'd put my money on MacGyver then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you guys see that old Alex Trebek died?
Yeah.
I was going to try to make like a joke. I was like, if they hadn't heard of it, you'd be like, wrong. What is dead?
I thought about like, what is tragedy or something.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Trebek been on TV for decades.
Yeah, he'd been fighting cancer, so I'm guessing that's what it was.
Yeah, I think he had pancreatic cancer, which is like the worst one to
Yeah,
get.
you can't beat that.
Yeah, I never.
And then Sean Connery wasn't that long ago.
Oh yeah, Connery too.
Yeah.
But he was old. He was like 90.
He was 92, yeah. He was old. Yeah, if you hit 90, you had a pretty good run.
Yeah.
So.
Trebek was 80.
Yeah, he was getting up there. I don't know.
I've always kind of meant to go back and watch like the early James Bond films because I've only really watched the really new ones.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't watched any James Bond movies.
I know I watched some of them at some point, and I've definitely seen some Sean Connery, but
I've seen bits and pieces of them because Dad would occasionally watch one. But I know the Roger Moore ones are really bad, but I think the Connery ones are. A lot of people like them. Okay, AJ, I'll pass it back on to you.
All right. Let's see. All right. I want my refund. Woman demanding refund sparks brawl at Red Lobster. Yep. Guess she got tired of waiting to eat those Cheddar Bay biscuits. What could have been a delightful meal on Mother's Day turned violent for an impatient customer at a Red Lobster in East York, Pennsylvania, after she went ballistic while demanding a refund, hitting a restaurant employee in the process. In a now viral video from this past Sunday, this was on Mother's Day, so a while back, the unnamed woman can be seen yelling outside the popular seafood restaurant. The over 2-minute video shot by a bystander showed a Red Lobster employee throwing the woman out of the front doors of the establishment. The enraged woman, possibly someone's mother, then attempted to push her way back into the Red Lobster, unleashing a profanity-laced tirade while demanding her motherfucking money. I want my money refunded, screamed the angered woman, who reportedly waited 3 hours for food. You'll get it, an employee retorted loudly. While cussing out 2 employees, the woman then tried again to push her way back into the building. She then suggested she would show them her bill in order to get a refund. When a male employee asked the woman for her name, she reportedly gives it and then slapped the face of a female manager, sparking a brawl outside. The woman then tries to play the victim card and claims she was attacked. I was assaulted and have a whole crowd to see it, the woman proclaimed on video. The angry customer then said she was the one who was attacked. The New York Daily Record reported cops were called and questioned Red Lobster employees about the incident. The enraged woman had bolted, although the news outlet noted cops did eventually catch up with her. She was upset because her food wasn't ready, Lieutenant Tony Beam said in an interview with the York Daily Record. She wanted her money refunded. No charges were filed in the incident. With the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown in effect, the restaurant was only open to employees. A Red Lobster spokesperson said that some customers experienced long wait times on Sunday due to the pandemic and staffing and operational changes. It is always our goal to provide a great seafood experience, and unfortunately we did not meet that goal on Sunday for some guests. A Red Lobster statement said, "We are working to better understand what occurred and how we can prevent it from occurring in the future. That said, we do not tolerate violence for any reason in our restaurants." The spokesperson also noted the manager slapped by the angered customer was not injured in the incident. So, I mean, I've waited a long time for food before.
Not 3 hours.
Not 3 hours, but I've waited like 2 hours, you know.
But apparently you don't want to pay before you receive your biscuits.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
I'm surprised she paid already.
Yeah.
I guess maybe it was carry out or something. I don't know. Because it says that only employees were allowed in the restaurant.
Oh, that probably is it. They ordered and paid, and then they were just trying to wait.
Yeah.
3 hours? Ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. But you could always just go somewhere else till the food is ready.
Yeah, I think I'd just, paint "fuck Trump" on the side of it and fucking throw a torch in there. And this was politically motivated.
But I don't have the nerve to make that big of a scene. I'd be like, yeah, I just want my money back. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be cussing people out. I wouldn't be fighting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hit anybody.
I'm out $30 and you get a shitty Google review, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I'd definitely try to get my refund. I mean, They even said she'd get it, but she went off and hit somebody and everything. So
take my business to Long John Silver.
Yeah.
If you can find one. That place used to be so popular when I was a kid. It used to be so famous, and then nothing. I don't see it anywhere. Have you seen a Long John Silver's around?
It does seem like maybe I saw one here, but yeah, it's not really a thing.
Yeah, I saw one in Houston.
I saw one Sizzler.
Yeah, I've never seen a Sizzler before.
I've seen a Sizzler before. I don't know about Long John Silver.
People would shit on Sizzler. They'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, but what? Why is it really that bad?"
I don't know. I don't think there couldn't have been too great.
I've never actually been to one.
Yeah, I've never been to one.
Okay, I'm gonna go spare some kids and I'll be back.
All right. I'll see if I can find something here. Let's see.
Okay, you guys have been doing pretty good, but now you're doing bad. Okay? So much.
Oh, I got one for you, AJ.
Mm-hmm.
If you were torturing someone with music, what is the one track you would play on repeat for days on end?
Gosh. That's a good question. Who do I hate? I don't hate anybody, but I'd probably play like some sort of Creed song or something.
You know, I gotta say, like, Creed is one of those bands that, like, you know, people really like started to hate.
Yeah.
And like, I actually don't hate their music. It is like really like. I think their thing was like people were like, okay, and this is okay rock, and then they found out like it was Christian rock basically, and those guys are all like deeply religious, and it was like it felt kind of like they were duped.
How dare you break out of your genre?
Also, I think the lead singer ended up being kind of a douchebag.
No.
Scott Stapp. I don't know.
Oh, he was Christian and a douchebag?
Well, I don't know. Well, he's definitely Christian, and I think. I don't know. It might have been because he was like drinking heavy and doing drugs or something. But I know there were some stories about him kind of being a douchebag. But anyway, what we're talking about is like if you had to torture someone, what song would you play on loop for him?
Oh, fuck, I gotta think back to my Pomida days.
You know what song I would do? And I can't believe there's people that love this song because I fucking hate it. Is that Hey Ya song? By Outkast. That song is so fucking annoying. And there's like one part in there where they just break down and they're like, all right, like 90 times. I'm like, fuck you. Stop this song. Why do people listen to this shit? I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I don't hate Outkast, but that song is.
Oh, it's fucking awful. I remember being so upset when that song was like getting played a lot. I was like, oh God, not again.
Yeah, there's some that are probably pretty much all repetitive like that. Like if you just, like one time is a struggle. Like if you had to do it all the time, you'd be begging just to die.
And I'm sure there's like a lot of shit I haven't even really heard, like, you know, Justin Bieber type shit that would be painful.
Yeah, maybe My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. I've heard that song so much. I hated it so much.
It was like okay the first couple times you hear it, but then that's a song that gets old fast.
Well, they found like on the radio, like she has the lowest bounce rate of anybody. So that's like when her songs come on, people are the least likely to change the channel to something different.
Really?
Celine Dion, yeah.
I was so quick to change it.
That's literally the only song she sings that I know.
Yeah.
I like Adele. I could listen to some Adele.
Yeah, I like Adele.
Yeah, I like some of her songs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I thought Adele was a black woman when I first heard her.
Yeah, dude, I thought she was black too. She's got some pipes, yeah.
Yeah. Blew me away.
Didn't people what's the Rickroll guy, Rick Astley? Never Gonna Give You Up.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people thought he was black.
Yeah, because he's got like a deep voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, rolling in with that deep voice. A skinny white dude.
You know what also is like weird is like some of those like black groups from like, you know, Motown days, like, you know, 50s and 60s, like some of them had like a really high falsetto to where like you'd almost think they were a woman or.
Well, you don't really hear too many people do it as much now, but yeah, some people really played that falsetto.
Yeah, I feel like you don't hear that as much in music.
Yeah.
Another guy's that guy from the Bee Gees. He could really get up there.
He just stayed up there.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of had a high voice.
Yeah.
Naturally, didn't he? I do like some Bee Gees songs.
Yeah, Staying Alive, favorite.
Yeah, I like some of those rockers who they don't live up there, but like they can hit some of those high notes.
Like Freddie Mercury.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's it? Aerosmith.
Oh, Steven Tyler.
He can hit some good ones. But yeah, just pop it up there every once in a while.
What's your favorite song?
Jeez, man, I don't know.
I already know mine. Wonderwall by Oasis. Or it could be
If
All
we
Eyes
had,
on Me by Tupac. I don't know.
I was gonna say if we had some commenters, you might get some shit.
Oh, what's wrong with Wonderwall? Please let us know.
I actually think that is a good song. It would. Be, man, it's always hard, like, to narrow down like a favorite song.
Yeah.
I really like "Caught Up in You" by 38 Special. That would definitely be towards the top of my list.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know why I'm drawing a blank.
Man, you mentioned
Maybe something by the Stones.
you mentioned Tupac, and it's like there's like so many like famous like rap and hip hop stars that I literally know none of their songs. Like I could not tell you a Tupac song.
That's the thing is like there's probably some out there that I would enjoy, but it's like listening to the country stations. Like there's too much I hate to like weed out like the things I might like.
Yeah, that's true. If I hear a good country song, it's one that rose to the top.
Yeah.
You know, that's so popular that okay, I kind of like that song. There's one song. God, it goes na 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 na.
Trump and me. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's my bush.
Every country song sounds like that, so I don't know.
Yeah. There's a lot of God in the country songs that makes it a little hard sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what also annoys me about a lot of country songs is like a lot of them have that theme of like you know, getting off on like the simple pleasures of life, like all I need is my tractor and my dog and going fishing and a beer and I'm good, or you know, and I'm just like, ugh, God, I hate this shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair amount of it, but I don't know. There is some good country out there.
I mean, if that's all you need, why are you making this song for everybody to hear? Stay home and just relax.
Well, I mean, how many like club songs are like jump, jump, jump?
Shot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bullshit ones out there.
It's true.
Let's see, whose go is it? Oh, I think that was my stupid question.
All right. We're on my last topic, and this one's a kind of a sweet one. Dog spends 2 weeks walking 100 kilometers to find owners. A faithful family dog in China has gone on a tireless quest to find her home after her owners left the pet with a friend to be looked after temporarily. The 1-year-old golden retriever named Ping An, or Safe and Sound, was decidedly thin and injured with bleeding paws after walking over 100 kilometers alone in 14 days. Jeez. The limping canine was spotted outside of an office building by a group of workers who rescued the animal and tracked down her owners, a state-owned newspaper reported. The family living in eastern China, Qidong City, asked a friend to look after their golden retriever after being occupied with renovating their home in June, according to Shanghai Evening News. They drove over 2 hours to drop off Ping An at the friend's house in Nantong, which was over 100 kilometers away. But nearly 4 months later, the family was devastated to find out that their beloved pet had run away from their friend's house and gone missing. What the family didn't know was that their loyal canine had in fact went on an arduous solo trek to find her way back to them. After tirelessly walking for 14 days, Ping An was spotted and saved by a group of workers outside an office in Qidong City last Monday, according to reports. The dog was said to have injuries on her paws with bleeding toes. When she was discovered. She also looked quite depressed after she was unable to find her owners, the rescuer said. Pictures taken by the employees show the golden retriever lying on the road looking undernourished and seemingly sad with her head down. While temporarily looking after the dog, the workers began trying to track down the pet owners by sharing information locally on WeChat, a popular Chinese messenger app. So, I mean, this dog, after I guess 4 months or something, missed her family that much that she went out there and tried to track them down. She walked 100 kilometers.
Yeah, she was actually successful. She was actually successful walking that far and tracking them is pretty impressive.
Well, I mean, some workers found her, but I guess she was on her way or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they tracked the family down and returned her, but I mean, that's just a sweet story. It's kind of sad, of course. The dog was bleeding and stuff, and malnourished. But, yeah, it just tells you how loyal and how connected dogs are to their families.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy, like stories like that. I remember, like several years ago, there was a story about like, I think like a family had a dog that it ran away or something, went missing, and then I think they ended up moving, and then like, all this time went like, months and months went by, and like this dog found them, and it was like just a crazy story like that, and it's like, how does shit like that even happen?
Yeah,
it's incredible. I mean, I could see why they use dogs like to track things down, and
yeah, it's got to be like it'd be interesting just to be able to have that kind of sense where you can just smell things as well as they do and stuff.
Yeah. It would be incredible. Just to feel whatever kind of in tuneness they have with nature and being able to get around, that would be incredible, I feel like.
You got one last thing to wrap this up?
Well, we were talking about the country girl earlier, and I was kind of like thinking about like the type of people I get along with and like are attracted to. I was like, what are you guys like? Because I know like I'm like an introverted, like kind of like nerdy type, but I'm also kind of like into like my opposite type. I don't know if you guys get any of that, but
yeah, I'm socially awkward but I like being around people who are like very bubbly and
like I don't like people who are like on all the time and have to talk, but like definitely more extroverted who are like still like relatively intelligent, because I feel like I can talk to them more. If I get like if I meet someone who's like myself, he's like I might find them interesting, but like at the same time it's kind of like two awkward people don't make a right.
Yeah, I get, because me too. Like I'm very shy, so I think I would be I'm attracted to somewhat more extroverted people. Maybe not like people that just talk all day long, but people who can are more livelier than me in that way and can keep the conversation going. I will say though, like I'm very kind of uptight, like stick up the ass kind of person, and so I do think I am like kind of attracted to people that are that way too, like kind of more in order, not like the real like free spirit like type.
Well, that's the thing. It's not always like it's a very like even like the best friends I've had have been like a certain way, and they're like generally more extroverted, but they're still like intuitive and intelligent. But like, yeah, the people who just talk incessantly gives me anxiety just to be around.
It's too. It takes too much energy.
It's energy just being around them, and if you talk that much, you're not saying anything.
Yeah.
You're just like blabbing stupid shit.
Yeah.
So there's that element, and so I don't know.
I worked with a guy like that. You couldn't run from him fast enough.
Yeah.
He would track you down.
It's like,
and make
please.
You talk to him.
The only way you can get away is to like just start walking away, and just like hoping that there's like a sliver of a break somewhere where you can make that final last. And they never like take the hint. They just keep talking while you're walking. Like,
yeah.
Please stop.
I also don't like people that are gossiping, obsessed, because I'm like, I just don't give a shit. I mean, make your own life more interesting instead of like having to live off everyone else's drama.
Yeah. If you're a gossip, that means that first of all, you're going to talk about the person you're talking to.
Yeah.
Secondly, you don't have enough going on in your own life. You're not an interesting person.
I feel like I gossip a little bit, but on the whole.
I mean, everybody does to an extent, but then there's those people that just get off on it and are just obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Also, like the nerdy side of me is like, if they only act like emotionally and they can't act rationally, like I have a real struggle with them over at some point in time. And it's, I don't know.
I noticed that when it comes to politics, like people, because I'm definitely left of center, but when I see people that act like every little thing's the end of the world, I'm like, I can't deal with this, or they everything.
Well, it's so much psychic energy to just be fucking anxious and worrying and like going off like that all the time, like, and it's like draining to be around. It's like, how do you do this to yourself? I know what you're talking,
Yeah, I mean, I see it on Twitter all the time. Like these people that obsess over every little thing that Trump does and everything. And I'm just like, yeah, I get that he's a piece of shit, but I don't know how you live your life this way where you're just like so emotional about everything he does. Like, I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got numb to Trump too. Like,
you have to be.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah, you're just gonna be like, well, that's like the whole reason I like kind of stopped watching the news is just like because it's designed like that to kind of like
outrage you.
Yeah, and like at the same time, you're not getting anything out of you. It's like you're very, very angry, and you're also very, very impotent about it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like the worst combination.
Yeah, I gotta say, I haven't watched traditional news in forever, and I don't miss it.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it.
I only watched it because of this election, but otherwise I don't.
Yeah, I refresh the election a lot, and just like it hasn't changed.
I've been enjoying. Did you watch? Did you guys watch Saturday Night Live?
I didn't. No,
I watched a couple of the Jim Carrey bits.
People were saying that he wasn't doing a great Biden or it wasn't very entertaining, but yesterday I thought it was funny.
It was pretty. I felt like it was kind of complimentary. I guess it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yesterday he did that whole "Le who's sir" thing.
I don't think I saw that one.
That was funny.
I haven't watched any of it this season. I feel like SNL's kind of been in a slump for the last few years.
Well,
like,
they kind of turned very political almost, right? Because they're all very like in that same view. It feels like it's kind of narrow.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it feels like maybe they don't take enough shots on the left side too as they should.
Right.
But I mean, I get that. I mean, there's definitely more to make fun of on the Trump side, but
yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, with Trump like making the waves that he's making, it's hard to talk about anything else sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something there is a little bit difficult, yeah. But I haven't watched SNL very much in quite a while, so.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it fairly consistently over the last few years, but then like I think last season and so far this season I haven't really watched it. I kind of fell out of it. Same with The Simpsons. I watched it for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And then like,
well, the quality of the writing just died down over time. So
plus, any show that's around that long is going to get kind of repetitive.
Yeah, even to the point of like the South Park. Simpsons did it. Like they're probably doing that to themselves. We already did that.
Yeah.
Have you been watching South Park?
We watched a couple of months ago.
Yeah, because they've been doing them sparingly. Remember, they've been doing those specials.
Right. We saw the
Christmas special and like the election
special.
Yeah,
we did see some.
Or no, it was a pandemic special.
Yeah, the pandemic special. We saw that.
That's what it was. But yeah, South Park is pretty good.
Yeah, it's still fairly strong.
Although I got to say, there was many years where I went without watching South Park, so there is a huge stretch of years, worth of episodes that I never seen.
Yeah, I think I've pretty much seen it all.
It seems like I watched it quite a bit at the beginning, and then over the last couple of years. But there's like a big swath in there that I didn't really watch.
I'd probably be a bigger fan of South Park if it came on more regularly. But since it doesn't, I'm kind of like, I could take it early.
Yeah, it used to be very regular, but I know that guy had some health issues, so maybe that's part of it.
I think they've just also gotten to doing other things. Like they did the video game, South Park video games, and like
I had that.
They did like the Mormon thing.
Oh yeah.
Book of Mormon.
So yeah, it could just be. I'm sure after doing something for that many years, like you probably are like, maybe I'd like to do some other stuff. So.
Plus, it's got to be stressful when they're turning out episodes in a week.
Got it. That's amazing. Yeah, that is amazing.
It's surprised they can make anything quality. If I was asked to put something like that together in a week, it would be a shit show.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing that just because you force yourself into it, and then like.
Yeah. I guess over time your brain would get better at it if you forced yourself to do it.
Because you have to get it down, you have to get it written, and like sometimes like just because you slow down, you're not necessarily doing that much better. You're just being slow.
All right, guys, should we wrap this bad boy up?
Yeah, I'm sure the kids are going crazy. So,
But yeah, besides that, I think this was a pretty good episode. I think we had some fun, some good topics. Hopefully, everybody out there enjoyed it. If you did, like we were mentioning before, like, subscribe, leave a comment, positive review, and let us know if you want the country girl's number.
No strings attached. So yeah.
Sounds like her boyfriend is cool with it. And we probably should have done this at the beginning, but guys, where can people find you on the Twitter?
I am a name for this too, and that's number 2.
at unsolicited SUG.
And you can find me at Zach Jones Live, ZachJonesLive. And I think that will do it for all of our stupidity and shenanigans for this week. We'll see you again next week. Bye.
Take care.
Bye, guys. Thank you.